Good evening. Welcome to Mount Lebanon High School's annual awards program. My name is Joel Thompson, and I'm the principal here at Mount Lebanon High School. I will be your master of ceremonies this evening, as well as announcing a few of the awards. It's my pleasure to welcome our student honorees, their families, friends, and staff members joining us this evening. We are delighted to have several guest presenters who are seated on the stage this evening to present awards that they or their organizations sponsor. On behalf of our school community, I'd like to thank our presenters for joining us and for their families or their organizations' generosity to our students by awarding thousands of dollars in scholarships, not only this year, but for many decades. Also joining us tonight is our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Timothy Steinhauer. We're here this evening to take time to honor and recognize a group of special students who continue to demonstrate the highest levels of academic excellence, as well as superb work outside of the classroom through athletics, extracurricular activities, and service to our community. We are proud of the students here tonight as they exemplify the traditions of excellence that is Mount Lebanon High School. I know that we all look forward to the successes that are in store for you as you become the future scientists, teachers, engineers, writers, business leaders, and political leaders, just to name a few. On behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff at Mount Lebanon High School, congratulations and best wishes on whatever your future holds. As the protocol for tonight, either one of our guest presenters or Unit 1 Principal, Dr. Teresa Mitchell, or Unit 3 Principal, Mrs. McGinty, or myself, will announce an award, and the recipient will make their way down to the podium to receive the award. We will have a brief intermission at the midpoint of our program. This will allow us to invite the presenters for the second half of the program down to the stage. Also, the intermission will provide an opportunity for pictures to be taken of students with their awards and the presenters, if families would like to do so. Before we begin, I would like to thank the following Mount Lebanon High School faculty and staff for preparing this evening's program. A special thank you to Mount Lebanon High School School Counselor, Mrs. Rachel Jackson, and School Counseling Office Secretary, Mrs. Maria Demchek, for coordinating all efforts leading up to this evening. Also, thank you to our School Counseling Department Chair, Mrs. Tara Lijay, for her continued support, and High School Counselor, Mrs. Shelley Saba, who is also assisting with our program this evening. Our first award this evening is the Richard J. Madden Foundation Scholarship Award. The tradition of excellence established at Mount Lebanon High School by our students does not end at graduation. Most of our graduates go on to be leaders in their chosen fields. I have the honor of introducing to you one such Mount Lebanon High School graduate who will present the Richard J. Madden Scholarship. Richard J. Madden was a 1952 graduate of Mount Lebanon High School who went on to become extremely successful in business. In his desire to give back to his alma mater, he established a scholarship to be awarded to a junior who has excelled in academics, extracurricular activities, and has shown financial need. The scholarship is for $12,500 a year, renewable for all 4 years of college, totaling $50,000. I'm pleased to now introduce the presenter for the Richard J. Madden Foundation Scholarship Award, Mr. Richard J. Madden.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Joel Thompson, students and faculty. My name is Richard Madden, and I'm here to present the Richard J. Madden Foundation Scholarship to a junior student. As an alumnus of 70 years, I am glad that I started my journey of learning right here. It was not an easy journey, but made less difficult by someone's generosity in the form of a scholarship when I attended the University of Pittsburgh. Through hard work and timely opportunities, I have the good fortune to be in the position to give back. My foundation's primary purpose is to provide scholarships to needy, bright young minds so they can further their hopes and their dreams. Some of the requirements to apply for the scholarship: a student must first demonstrate a financial need. It should be noted that this is one of the most important criteria for the scholarship award. And second, plan to attend a technical school, college within the United States. And finally, maintain a 3.0 grade point average while in college. This year, the scholarship recipient will receive up to $50,000. So far, we have given scholarships to 7 young gentlemen and 13 young ladies. This is my 21st scholarship here in Mount Lebanon. This year, we received many applications for the scholarship from junior students. My assistant, Barbara Young, who is with me here tonight, and I, with a lot of work, narrowed it down to 4 students. And then the Mount Lebanon Scholarship Committee selected the winner. This year, the winner is a student who has a major interest in communications and broadcasting. This student scored high on the PSATs and carried a 4.2 weighted QPA. This student has been interested in playing baseball and has participated for many years in the church handbell choir team. Mr. Daniel Flynn, please come forward to receive your $50,000. There's not 50,000 in here, but there's a letter to you, and congratulations. I'm impressed. That little kid.
He's a big fan. If Daniel, if you and your family could come down and meet with Mr. Madden before he leaves, thank you. And for our students here and parents, Mr. Madden's generosity is recognized in many ways, one of which is our high school library is also named after Mr. Madden. So students, when you see that, that is that gentleman there. Our next award this evening is the Congressional Youth Leader Award. Here to present the Congressional Youth Leader Awards is Congressman Lamb.
Thank you all. I'm very honored to be able to come here again. It's been 3 years, I think, since the summer of 2019 that I was last here with you. And this is one of my favorite parts of the job of being your congressman. There are some people who may be reluctant to maybe accept a leadership award from an organization like Congress, which typically ranks among the least popular organizations in the entire United States. Recent public opinion polls show that us and organized crime and certain overseas terrorists all rank around about the same in the eyes of the general public. But people do understand that, I think, even though collectively we have our challenges, individually we do what we can to try to promote certain values back in our districts. And as someone who served in the military, it means a lot to me to be here to recognize our 3 awardees tonight. Henry David Sup, Elijah Heidenreich, and Alexander Texa. And I think Alex is not with us, but the other two are. So let me just say a word about each of them. One of the things that Henry and Elijah are going to find out when they get into their military training in the fall is, particularly for the kind of people that become officers, leadership is taught as being really about serving others, not having people serve you. So I served in the Marine Corps, which is part of the Department of the Navy that these two young men are going into. And one of the phrases that they teach you is officers eat last. And they make you actually carry that out. Anytime that a group of Marines are together, what you always see is they'll line up to get food by the junior most newest person at the front, and it could be the senior most ranking 4-star general, Commandant of the Marine Corps. He would wait at the end of the line until everybody else already had their chance to eat. And it's just a little practice that they put in place to always be reminding the people with power that they're there to take care of the needs of the people who are supposed to be following them. And I think even though most people in here didn't get a chance to serve in the military, you do think that good leaders, if you picture whoever in your mind is a good leader, there's always some element of sacrifice to it, of putting other people in front of yourself. And one of the reasons that I think the institution that I now serve in, Congress, is so unpopular in so many places is that there's a perception that politicians sometimes put their own interests in front of the interests of the people that they're supposed to be representing, and that makes people mad. So leadership always has this element of sacrifice, putting other people in front of yourself. And so the reason that we were so excited to give this award to these three gentlemen is they have all demonstrated that in high school when they didn't have to. First of all, they demonstrated just with their choice to be able to decide to go to a military academy or to one of the most prestigious NROTC programs in the country, which is what Texas A&M is. We in this country have 3/4 of kids, young people that aren't even qualified at all to serve in the military. So of 100% of our youth, 75% are just off the board for physical or mental or other reasons. So there's only 1/4 of people that even qualify for this. And of that quarter, it's the tiniest little fraction that actually decide to try to become officers in our nation's military. And so these three have already made a sacrifice in trying to do something that is so hard that's going to take them away to their families, potentially expose them to risk, and just a lot of high demands. But then in their own lives, Henry in particular got involved in community service by taking care of the homeless, helping to sort and carry clothing for them, which is something that someone in Mount Lebanon doesn't necessarily have to deal with homelessness on a daily basis, but he made the decision to go out of his way and do that. And Eli as well. He's known to a lot of people in Mount Lebanon for sports, but he has been just a standout student, and honestly that takes sacrifice to go above and beyond to get such good grades and take so many hard classes when you have so many other demands on your time. So if we could welcome Henry and Elijah down to the stage now. What we have for you here in terms of the actual award is a flag, and it's not just any flag. This is a flag that has flown over our nation's capital. So every single day when we are in session, we put a flag up above the chamber of the House of Representatives where everyone in Washington, D.C. can see it, and then we take them down so that we can give them to people in our district who merit it. So you're going to be able to keep that flag forever. It's not the last one that anyone will ever give you, but you should think of it as a reflection of the investment that this whole community has made in you to get you to this point. These people are very, very proud of you, and they want to see you go on and do great things. That's why they're recognizing you as a leader, and that's why we are as well. So congratulations. We have one here for Alex as well that we'll make sure we get him on another night.
If Eli and Henry want to come down and take a picture of you and your family with Congressman Lamb, you can please do that now as he's there. Okay. So our next award this evening is the Sheldon Campbell German Award. Here to present the Sheldon Campbell German Award is Roberta Campbell, wife of the late Sheldon Campbell.
When Sheldon Campbell retired after a 43-year career in education, our family and friends felt a lifetime of devotion to young people should be honored. Therefore, we established the Sheldon Campbell Award in German. In those years, he taught German for 39 years, was supervisor of foreign languages for 31 years, and assistant principal of the junior high school for 4 years. He began the Mount Lebanon During German program, which is when we left off in 2019 in his 37th year, and will be picked up again this fall. Sheldon Campbell was also known both here and in Germany and Austria for his excellence in understanding and speaking the German language and his passion for its literature. The award is given to a fifth-year advanced placement student who has exhibited outstanding achievement in the study of the German language and its literature. This year's awardee has shown to be exceptional in her study of the German language. As a freshman, she was chosen for the all-expense-paid Congress Bundestag Youth Exchange Scholarship, which enabled her to spend her sophomore year as an exchange student in Germany. She has been very active in the German Club and German Day. She's taken the AP German exam and also the Goethe test that rates her German at a more advanced level. I am delighted to present this year's Sheldon Campbell Award in German to Mackenzie Hughes.
For those of you who may not know, Roberta, or Mrs. Campbell, is one of our best substitutes at the high school. She's here just about every single day, and one of our biggest lacrosse fans. So she is going to be running out of here to try and catch the championship lacrosse game. As you see her go. Our next award is the Lieutenant Terrence Mulkeen Memorial Award. Here to present the award is Patty Mulkeen Corley, Lieutenant Mulkeen's sister.
It's a pleasure to be back at my alma mater 50 years after I graduated. 6 members of our family were Lebo grads. My brother Terry was in the class of 1977. He played football and baseball and was a stellar student. After getting an engineering degree at Carnegie Mellon, he spent 10 years in the Navy. He was a jet pilot in an adversary squadron. He died at Key West during a training accident. That night, his childhood Lebo friends created this scholarship. Our award recipient this year was on the rifle team and is an Eagle Scout. He wants to study aerospace engineering at Penn State. Congratulations to Alexander Jackson.
Next, we have the Mark Tardisault Memorial Scholarship. The Mark Tardisault Memorial Scholarship Fund was established in 2020 by Mark's family and his employer. Mark was a project director at Shell Games in Pittsburgh. He attended the School of Visual Arts in New York City for a bachelor's degree in fine arts, and he excelled at a career creating art for video game companies in Northern California. His work was his passion. He enjoyed sailing, playing the guitar, spending time with family and friends. One $2,000 scholarship is awarded annually to a graduating senior at Mount Lebanon High School who will pursue a degree in fine arts or video game design development or other major. It is the desire of the family that the recipient of this scholarship demonstrate average or better scholastic performance. This year's award goes to Julia Chung. Our next award is the Poppy Haglius Memorial Philanthropy Award. And here to present the award is Holy Cross Philopticus President Elaine Sophis.
Good evening. I am Elaine Sophis. I am the past president. I am the current advisor of the Holy Cross Philopticus Society, and I'm the chairperson of this committee. Philopticus means Friends of the Poor, and the name of our award honors a woman who gave so unselfishly of her time. Tonight, I honor a young woman who is creative, studious, tenacious, determined, energetic, and philanthropic with her time. She teaches English as a second language, participated in Relay for Life as a captain, co-hosted an Odyssey of the Mind summer camp, has been a junior commissioner, and performs Czech songs at cultural events. She has displayed emotional growth, and I quote from her brilliant essay, "As someone who used to obsess over perfection, I now value the beauty of messiness. Community service isn't about reaching monetary goals or ending up with an exceptional end product. It's about relationships formed in mundane moments. I have learned the importance of relaxing, meeting people where they are, and reflecting kindness." End of quote. Anna Mayers is the outstanding recipient of our award and will be attending Wheaton College, and I'm delighted to give her our award.
I am Unit 3 Principal Carly McGinty, and I'm here to present the Kelly B. Otoole Memorial Scholarship. Kelly was a devoted and loving mother, daughter, aunt, and friend. She was a native of Ohio and graduated from Kent State University. She moved to Pittsburgh to further her career in human resources and ultimately earned the position of Senior Human Resources Manager at Comcast. Kelly was passionate about her family time, and holiday traditions. She was a loyal friend who often took the opportunity to recognize birthdays and special occasions. She loved animals and always supported animal charities. The sponsor of this award would like to honor Kelly's memory with a scholarship of $2,500 to be awarded to a graduating Mount Lebanon High School senior who will be continuing their education at a four-year university or college. Primary consideration will be given to a student with financial need who has achieved at minimum 3.2 QPA, contributed to community service, and participated in extracurricular activities. The recipient of this year's Kelly B. Otoole Memorial Scholarship is Mia Alandetti. The next award is the Dr. J. Martin Nicholas Award. Dr. Martin Nicholas served the Mount Lebanon School District for many years. Prior to his untimely death in 1980, Dr. Nicholas held many roles in the Mount Lebanon School District, including principal of Jefferson Junior High, Director of Instruction, and Assistant Superintendent. His death was a great loss to the school system as well as to his family and friends. Martin Nicholas was a respected leader in education throughout Allegheny County and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Dr. Nicholas held in high esteem the University of Pittsburgh, where he earned his advanced degrees in education. The Nicholas family, therefore, chose to establish a memorial award to be given annually to a Mount Lebanon High School senior who has selected the University of Pittsburgh for further education. The student to receive the award is a senior planning to go to Pitt, who is among the students who have the highest quality point average based on 7 semesters. This year's recipient for the Dr. J. Martin Nicholas Memorial Award is Haley Latona. The next award is the Leo and Marie Russell Scholarship. The children of Leo and Marie Russell award a $1,000 scholarship annually to a Mount Lebanon High School senior who meets the following criteria. Will be attending Penn State University at University Park with preference given to students entering the School of Engineering and has demonstrated academic achievement, leadership potential, and community service. The scholarship is merit-based. This year, the winner of the Leo and Marie Russell Scholarship is Celia Alpern. Next to present the Ty Shields Memorial Scholarship is Ty's brother, Drew Shields.
Good evening. My brother Ty was a 1994 graduate of Mount Lebanon High School. He participated in many extracurricular activities at the high school, including playing on the football and baseball teams, and was class treasurer his senior year. Ty's greatest attribute, though, was the way he treated other people. Being kind and outgoing, he made friends easily and didn't discriminate on who his friends were, whether it be an athlete, a band member, or a person sitting beside him in study hall. He always kept himself open to new people throughout his life. Ty's sense of humor was uncanny. He could do or say something you had seen or heard him do dozens of times before, but somehow he could always retain his humor. Upon graduation from Mount Lebanon, Ty was accepted into Fairfield University. He enjoyed college life with his new friends and joined the rugby team. 3 weeks into his freshman year, he wasn't feeling particularly well and visited the nurse who brought him to the hospital to have tests done. He was soon diagnosed with stage 4 acute lymphoblastic leukemia. He was immediately given chemotherapy and returned to Pittsburgh, where he was admitted to the oncology unit of West Penn Hospital. He was determined to win his battle with cancer. He had plenty of visits from his family and friends and enjoyed the summer at home. As the summer concluded and turned into fall, the cancer came back with a vengeance, and after a hard-fought 15-month battle, Ty passed away on January 2nd, 1996 at the age of 19. Our family thought about how we could honor his memory, and we decided we wanted to give away a scholarship to a graduating senior at Mount Lebanon that embodied the same values Ty did and who wanted to go into higher education, whether it be a college or trade school. To help fund the scholarship, my parents decided to hold the first annual Ty Shields Memorial Scholarship. And 5 months after his passing, we had over 175 golfers teeing off at Linwood Golf Course. The charity golf tournament was held for 24 years. Our family has been extremely fortunate with the tremendous support from our family and friends to keep that wonderful day of camaraderie going for that long. This $15,000 scholarship is looking for an individual who not only worked hard in the classroom, but also worked hard outside the classroom too, whether it be athletics, music, charity work, or just being a good friend and considerate person. Some of the same things my brother strive to do. There are many qualified applicants every year that apply for this scholarship, and this year was certainly no exception. The final couple of applicants hoping to receive the scholarship, after it's been narrowed down, are then interviewed by some of Ty's closest friends to reveal more of their personality other than just what's written on their application. I'm very pleased to announce the winner of the 2022 Ty Shields Memorial Scholarship, Alex Jackson.
Our next award this evening is the Celia Slager West Kushner Memorial Scholarship. Here to present is Joe Kushner, husband of the late Cecilia Kushner.
Thank you, Principal Thompson. And I want to congratulate all the students and all the parents. It's been an amazing 4 years of time period. And big congratulations and a job well done. I am here to present the Celia Slager West Kushner Memorial Scholarship. This award was established in memory of Coach West Kushner and is awarded annually to a graduating senior from the field hockey program who is continuing on with their education. My name is Joe Kushner, and Celia was my wife. Celia is known as the mother and founder of the Mount Lebanon field hockey program. She grew up in Dayton, Ohio, and along with her sister Cinda, played field hockey in high school. And her sister's here. I'd love to embarrass her. Hi, Cinda. Both went on to be field hockey stars at Miami University of Ohio. In 1997, Celia's daughter Allison was a Mount Lebanon student. She wanted to follow in her mother's footsteps and play field hockey, but the program was not offered. She questioned why she and other students didn't have the option to play high school field hockey like other schools. Field hockey was her passion, and Celia believed her daughter was right. Celia was an amazing person. Her wheels started turning and good things happened. Celia had passion, enthusiasm, and vision. That year, the program started as an intramural sport with Celia as coach. 70 students showed up to play. A year later, although interest in participation were still high, money became an issue. Because the field hockey program was an intramural sport, financial help was not available from our school district's budget. To ensure Lebo's field hockey future, Celia knew the answer was to obtain WPIAL status. Her first step was to form a club. She led a group of parents, created a slate of officers, continued to coach, scrambled for playing fields and equipment, made phone call after phone call, and composed a schedule for her Mount Lebanon team to play. In 1999, the field hockey program was granted club status, which entitled them to some of the school district support. And then in 2003, 6 years from start to finish, Celia's vision and determination came to culmination when WPIAL status was granted. Mount Lebanon field hockey was now an official Mount Lebanon high school sport. All of this while she was mother to 5 girls. She was a wife, a sister, a daughter, and the alpha to Murphy, a hyperactive dog that loved her dearly. Through it all, Celia kept interest and enthusiasm high by encouraging players and giving out equal playing time, regardless of experience. She had a firm resolve and compassion that each player's experience be positive. Hundreds of girls have benefited from Celia's devotion to the sport. Because of her enduring commitment and love for the community, There is a WPIAL girls field hockey team in Mount Lebanon today. For her work and dedication, Celia received the Pennsylvania State Commendation, and in 2003, she was named Mount Lebanon Outstanding Citizen by her municipality. Sadly, Celia, at the age of 49, lost her fight to ovarian cancer. Tonight, I am here to present this award in her memory. In Celia's footsteps, this year's recipient of the scholarship has demonstrated action in essay, maturity, dedication, positive attitude, physical and social growth, and the important meaning of giving back. As an undergrad, she has been a member of the Student Council, National Honor Society, and Friends Club. In the fall, she plans on studying at Bucknell University and pursue a career in the medical field. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient, Caroline McWiggin.
The next award this evening is the Mollenauer Award for former track coach Don Mollenauer. Here to present is Mary Harwick, dear friend of the Mollenauer family.
Good evening. Tradition is a word used often in Mount Lebanon, and nowhere more than with cross-country track and field, and with the name Coach Donley Mollenauer, whose achievements in track and field are now the stuff of legends. From 1948 to 1963, Mount Lebanon compiled a string of 144 consecutive dual meet victories and won 12 WPIAL and 2 state championships, as well as claiming 17 individual state champions. Shortly before he retired in 1970, his peers around the country voted Mollenauer USA Track and Field High School Coach of the Year. His accomplishments can be summarized as at that time of his retirement, he was the winningest high school track and field coach in United States history. When he retired, the Mount Lebanon Track Club set up the Mollenauer Awards in both cross-country and track and field under the guidelines that he established, and those plaques have been given out since 1970. Coach Mollenauer served as the honorary coach for the Mount Lebanon Track Club back in 68 to 70, and since girls did not have high school competition, he delighted in seeing the track club girls team competing at a national level in open competitions. He died in 1970 before seeing Title IX bring the inclusion of girls into high school sports. How pleased he would be to see the Mount Lebanon High School girls teams in action. But Coach Mollenauer was also fondly remembered as almost a second father to many of the young men he coached. And in 1996, one of these men, Muncie Ferguson, who felt he owed much of his own business success to what he had learned from Coach Mollenauer, he commissioned a lifelike bust of the coach, which is placed in the Hall of Champions. On it was simply written, "Do your best," because that was always his last words to his teams. At the same time, a fundraising campaign was launched so that a small scholarship could be given to the senior male and female that the coaches felt had contributed most to the sport during their time at Mount Lebanon. Leadership and dedication are considered as well as success in competition. This scholarship has been awarded since 1996. I would like to commend the coaches for continuing to honor Coach Mollenauer's legacy as they prepare athletes, not only athletically, but in honing life skills for the future. I have been presenting the Mollenauer plaques since 1970 and the scholarships since 1996. The coaches choose the senior scholarship winners wisely, and this year is no exception. I am happy to present the $1,000 female scholarship to Julianne Gallo. And the male scholarship goes to James Klein.
Our next award is the Mount Lebanon Police Association Scholarship. Here to present is Officer Brian Henley, Mount Lebanon High School Resource Officer.
Good evening, thank you. I want to start just by all the students that are very familiar faces saying congratulations. You should be very proud of being in this room and having these people provide you with the scholarship you deserve it. As far as the Mount Lebanon Police Association goes, there's a panel of officers that come together and review all the applications that are submitted. 4 scholarships are awarded to members of the senior class for the purpose of continued education at the college, university, technical school, or business school of their choice. Each applicant is evaluated based on financial need, personal responsibility, and academic achievement. On behalf of the Mount Lebanon Police Association, I am pleased to present the awards to this year's recipients. Josephine Doherty, Alexander Jackson, Kelly Gorman, and Anna Mayers.
And now we have the Elk County Community Scholarship. The McGrady Family Scholarship Fund is dedicated to improving the health, welfare, and educational opportunities of families living in Elk County, Pennsylvania, and the greater Pittsburgh area. The McGrady family has been involved in philanthropy for 4 generations, and this fund was set up to ensure this philanthropy continues in perpetuity. The McGrady Family Scholarship Fund of Allegheny County awards this scholarship to a Mount Lebanon senior who demonstrates financial need, has academic merit, and is involved in community service and school activities. The student must also attend Pennsylvania State University campus. This year's recipient is Leon Jakovic. Our next award is the Washington Elementary School Scholarship Fund, and here to present the award is Washington Elementary 5th grade teacher Jason Phillips.
Thank you. Good evening. The Washington Scholarship was created by Washington elementary teachers 15 years ago and was designed to be awarded to a graduating senior who went to Washington. Awardees are students that continue to use the most important life skills learned in elementary school. Be kind, help others, and make this world a better place. This year, we had some very strong candidates, which made this decision very tough, so thanks to all who applied. You are all an asset to our community. A little background about our winner. Stick with me here on this. Tinkerbell is a fictional Disney character. She started off as Peter Pan's sidekick in the 1953 film Peter Pan. However, her popularity soared, leading to the creation of Disney fairies and several movies that center around her life. Tink, as her friends call her, is the one we see flying towards the screen to sprinkle viewers with pixie dust, and she has become one of Disney's most iconic characters. Tinkerbell is described as sweet, sassy, and stubborn, but devoted and loyal to those she loves. She is described as a skilled and talented tinker, one who can mend things and problem solve. It is Tinkerbell who gives people the ability to fly. The winner of this year's Washington Scholarship is very skilled and talented, iconic in her own right. She leads and is a sidekick to no one. Her work in and out of school has shaped her into a person that can mend things and problem solve. She is a little stubborn, but her kindness and ability to put others before herself are her dominant characteristics. If you've ever seen her skate, she doesn't need pixie dust to fly, and it is her work and generosity that have empowered others to soar. It is my pleasure to present this year's Washington Scholarship to Josie Daugherty.
Our next award is the Richard J. Breyer Memorial Scholarship. Here to present is Sherry Breyer McGoon, Richard Breyer's daughter.
I have the honor, along with one of my brothers and my mom, to award the Richard Breyer Memorial Scholarship for a student pursuing a trade career. And the only requirement we have on our application is that you need to be going into a trade career at a trade school. One of the many things that my dad felt very strongly about was the importance of trade careers. And he used to tell me, as I'm sure he told my brother and my mom, we need the plumbers, we need the mechanics, we need the people that can fix your air condition, your furnace, your water heater. And I'm sure all of you parents out there know in the past year or two how important these people with these hands-on skills really are. So tonight, I brought a little show and tell. Okay, I brought my dad's yearbook, the Lebanon log from 1952. And if you open it up to the senior pictures, much like yearbooks are today, you have the seniors and their names, and then this particular year, there's a quote next to each person's name. I don't know if this is what the class thought of them or what they thought of themselves. But next to my dad's picture, it says, Richard Breyer, a chap without a care except his car. So with this quote, I think it is perfect that 70 years later, we are awarding a scholarship to a young man going to Universal Technology Institute to be an auto mechanic. So come down Tanner Party and accept it. Drove all the way from Mars to hand him this check. All right, we'll get it to him.
Our next award is the Lori E. Lust Achievement Award. Here to present the award is Chris Lust, brother of Lori Lust.
Good evening. As Principal Thompson said, my name is Chris Lust. I'm always honored to be back at my alma mater in front of these amazing students each year. This is my 28th year doing this, and it seems like every year the bar just keeps getting raised higher and higher, and it's amazing what each and every one of you have done throughout your 4 years here at the high school. I'm here to present the Lori Lust Achievement Award this evening. Lori was my sister, my best friend, and I'm honored to be here tonight to present this award in her memory. As I said, this is the 27th year and the 38th scholarship given in memory of my sister. Lori was an honor student, an athlete, a volunteer, a leader, a beloved friend, sister, and daughter. The award plaque that stays here in the high school reads, "To those who cope, care, and excel." The recipient tonight possesses and has demonstrated all of those traits during his time here at Mount Lebanon High School. So I'd like to present this year's award for the Lori Lust Achievement Award to Marcus Simmons.
Our next award is the Michael N. Cohen Memorial Scholarship. Here to present are Dr. and Mrs. Martin and Faye Cohen, Michael's parents.
Good evening. It is always unfortunate for family and friends when a loved one dies. When a child dies, whatever the cause, it is a tragedy. Family and friends, and especially parents, face the utmost grief and despair. Our son Michael died on November 20th, 1999 at the age of 16. Not from a terrible disease, not from an accident, not from an overdose, but from incompetence and greed. Michael died 30 minutes after leaving the doctor's office. The doctor had administered a treatment that, according to most medical texts, required a two-hour observation period. Michael was sent home after 10 minutes and died 30 minutes later at home. That is incompetence. A few months later, after a subsequent investigation, my wife and I were told that Michael's inhaler had no active ingredients in it, although it had only been purchased recently. As a matter of fact, Michael was using it for the first time only 3 days before his death. The company that manufactured the inhaler had received numerous warnings concerning their quality control procedures, but they chose to ignore them. Shortly after Michael's death, the company was fined $500 million and forced to recall millions of the inhalers. That is greed. Now, am I telling you this story to elicit sympathy? Absolutely not. I'm telling you this because as I look out tonight at this young group of scholars and future leaders in business, medicine, engineering, and other respected profession, I am pleading with you to make decisions with your hearts, not just with your brains, and especially not just with your wallets. While the Michael Nathan Cohen Scholarship requires acceptance at one of the Penn State campuses, including good grades and good letters of recommendation, it is basically given to a young person who cares. Michael cared about other people, whether it meant lifting someone's spirit with a joke or simply lending a helping hand to others less fortunate. It is thus appropriate that this award, in the amount of $1,000 to be used towards first semester tuition, be given to an outstanding senior who most exemplifies these qualities. We are pleased to award the Michael Nathan Cohen Scholarship Award this evening to Alexander Jackson.
The next award is the Richard Alderserk Memorial Scholarship. When our school experienced the tragic loss of Richard Alderserk in 1981, the students and staff chose to establish a memorial scholarship in Richard's name. Those who had the honor of knowing Richard were aware of his contributions to the school and to the community. The scholarship committee for this award used as its criteria for this award the selection of a scholar athlete who embodies Richard Alderserk's attributes. Additionally, we have a plaque in memory of Richard. Each year, the recipient's name is added by means of a bronze plate. The recipients for the Richard Alderserk Memorial Scholarship for this year are Brooke Collins and James Klein. Our next award is the Matthew Conover Memorial Scholarship Fund. And here to present the award is Matthew's father, David Conover.
Good evening. So Matt died when he was 12 from lymphoma, a cancer of the white blood cells, when he was a 7th grader at Mullen, and that was in July of 2002. So that was 20 years ago that he passed. This scholarship was created by our family to honor Matt, as well as a deserving graduating Mount Lebanon High School student. Those who knew Matt knew that he had an infectious smile and always seemed happy. He wanted that happiness for others too, and always wanted his friends and family to get along. He was the kind of student that teachers would have the new kids sit next to in class because they know they would make them feel welcome and accepted. He was a conscientious student as well, who worked hard and gave his best to his schoolwork and always approached learning and school with excitement. He was, as his 6th grade teacher, Mrs. Coffey, said, her good kid. Matt loved Legos and could spend hours constructing all kinds of robots and contraptions. He was an original maker, and it was in his honor that our family donated Matt's makerspace to each of the elementary schools. More recently, the middle schools have also been funded by Matt's Makerspace for a 38th space in the Westminster, Pennsylvania area, including libraries, schools, and hospitals. It is our hope, too, that you will give back to the community that nurtured and supported you as well. And Matt had many interests. He enjoyed all kinds of sports just for the pure joy of them, and music was important to him as well. And he played drums in the Mellon Middle School Band, and drums fit his lively personality to a T. So these are the qualities and attributes that were part of the criteria that we used to select from the applicants, but there's one facet used by the selection committee that was also one trait that Matt possessed, one that had tremendous impact on all those who were fortunate to know him. Matt faced his cancer and his grueling treatment regimen with quiet courage, faith, and grace, well beyond his years. He never complained. He never said, "Why me?" He was truly inspiring to all those who crossed his path during this ordeal, his family, his friends, and even the medical staff. His overflowing funeral was a testament to his reach and his touch. Now, many of you have faced challenges in your life and will face even more of them. There is no avoiding sickness, death, and heartache in life. What matters is how we choose to respond to them, how we grow from them, how we display character. This is the legacy of Matt, a trait we cherish and honor with this award. It is my pleasure to announce this year's recipient of the Matthew Conover Memorial Scholarship, Josie Dockery. I think we're all aware that Josie is an achiever in school, in music, and competitive ice skating, I hear as well. And a devastating concussion, though, changed everything for her. And it's her perseverance and ability to fight through those circumstances, giving her a new perspective, inspiring those around her. Congratulations.
Our next award is the Society for Women Engineers in Pittsburgh Award. Here to present is Mary Ann Walsh, life member of the Society of Women Engineers and newsletter editor with degrees in chemical and industrial engineering.
Thank you, Dr. Thompson. As I said, I'm Mary Ann Walsh, and I worked in nuclear energy for over 30 years. I'm a fellow and a volunteer for the Society of Women Engineers, which we abbreviate as SWE and affectionately refer to it as SWE. We think engineering is a great career choice for women, and SWE has been encouraging girls to pursue engineering and STEM careers for more than 50 years, 70 years now. SWE supports college students in many ways, and we annually award over $800,000 in scholarships. Once you graduate and become an engineer, SWE helps you succeed in your career. SWE also supports hundreds of STEM programs for girls. We have a free SWE Next program for girls and adult advocates and teachers too. I'm going to put in a little plug for that. So I encourage everyone to look at the website SWE.org and join our SWE Next program. It's all online and all free. For this evening, I am here for our Certificate of Merit program. This program honors high school girls from over 40 participating schools in the Pittsburgh area who have high achievement in science and math and are interested in engineering and STEM careers. We would like to publicly recognize SPEO, the Southwestern Pennsylvania Engineering Outreach Organization, for partially funding this Certificate of Merit program. SWE is proud to honor a Mount Lebanon senior who is a 3-time recipient of our Certificate of Merit. Please join me in congratulating Natalie Green.
At this time, we will take a brief 15-minute intermission to allow for presenters for the second half of the ceremony to move to the stage. Also, this may be a time for students who have won awards to get pictures with the presenters as well. So we'll resume in about 15 minutes. Thank you.
You don't wear cummerbund. He got in trouble with the last
Thank you.
Down what stage? I think over here we're okay. On the left. Yeah.
Phone accidentally dialed 911.
Are you kidding me?
As we begin our second half of the program, we're going to begin with the Nadine E. Bogner Memorial Scholarship. Here to present the scholarship is Unit 3 Principal, Mrs. Carly McGinty.
Mrs. Nadine E. Bogner was chairman and CEO of Bogner & Company, a supplier of carbon products to the steel industry. Mrs. Bogner was active in business for over 55 years, running a successful company with her husband, Edwin, who passed away in 1992, and later with her children. Mrs. Bogner, a native Pittsburgher and Mount Lebanon resident for over 55 years, passed away in early 2018. She was well known in her community for her involvement with and generosity to many local organizations and charities. She epitomized all that a business owner should be: smart, ethical, a good employer, and involved in her community. The Nadine E. Bogner Memorial Scholarship has been established in her honor. The amount of the award is $1,000 and is to be awarded to a senior student who has demonstrated better than average academic performance, plans to major in business, a business-related curriculum in college, and participates in community service. This year's recipient is Andrea Vasquez Perez. Here to present the David Brogdon Scholarship Fund Awards are Jeff and Marion Bragdon, parents of Dave.
Good evening. I tend to speak slowly occasionally, so give a shout if you're not hearing me. We're Marion and Jeff Bragdon, and this program isn't about us. It's about two amazing young people and the things you have accomplished. My job is to briefly explain the reason we created the Dave Bragdon Scholarship. Marion will talk about the awardees. Our son David, who I call Spud, graduated from Lebanon High School in June 2001 and died in an auto accident a month later in July. His high school years were hugely influenced by the fabulous Fine Arts Department in Mount Lebanon High School and its programs and teachers, specifically music and theater. Through 10th grade, he played the bassoon in the orchestra. One day in his sophomore year, I overheard a conversation between David and his mother. I quit. You can't quit. You can't make me not quit. Long pause. okay, here's the deal. You have to take something in the arts. He chose theater, and it became his passion. He was involved in many performances right here on this stage and in musical in the big auditorium. He wrote and produced 2 plays that were performed in daytime theater.
Memoirs of a High School Senior and Sparky McGallagher, the Detective.
And he was annoyed that his the names for a couple of his characters were censored. After he died, we established a scholarship at the Pittsburgh Foundation in his memory to help the seniors at Mount Lebanon interested in the arts pursue their interest at the next level.
So we have 4 people that we awarded, and they're all pretty amazing. What we've always done is go to every production that was ever made in Mount Lebanon, and it's I don't want to call it a cheap date, but it's a wonderful date. And it's been a lot of fun. And actually, you guys picked us up and carried us. You have no idea. When we came home from the accident, per se, and he died by saving someone else's life, by the way. But when we came home, you kids, just filled our house and our lawn and brought us food, and so we say thank you to all of you to stay that way. Some of the people that have influenced us, one of them is Kurt Vanega, and he was 15, he was in high school, and he was working for fun on an archaeological dig. And the archaeologist was making small talk like we adults do to high school kids. You know, well, hey, what sports do you play, and this and that. And he said, oh, I don't. And the gentleman said, well, what do you do? And he said, well, I took some violin lessons, and I'm in theater, and this and that. Oh, I do like music, and I started playing the piano. And the gentleman, the archaeologist, said, wow, you can do all those things. And he said, no, but I've tried them. And that's what's important, that you try. And those of you that were chosen are trying, and you did a really good job in trying. So that I had to mention. That the first person that we've awarded is, and it's a significant amount too, is Kelly Gorman. Come down and I'll get you all up here and we'll dance. Hi, Kelly. It's nice to see faces. Oh, that's ridiculous. Somebody wrote us a note. Kelly, you play the flute, and your essay was beautiful. The flute became her voice. And I can remember being young and choosing an instrument, and it happened to be the French horn because that's all that was left. But you really took it to the highest level. So you're in the marching band, and the concert band, and the jazz band, and the wood ensemble, and all those things. She's also editor of a high school newspaper, president of academic games in Model UN, and what she wrote, she knows what she wrote. What she wrote in her essay was that she found that people who are involved in some way in the arts in any form are different, and they're a little kinder towards other people. They're more open to the differences in other people. And art in all forms creates a uniqueness in people. And I think you could have been Mr. Vonnegut's voice in that. So if you just stay here for a minute. And then Anna Maris. It's nice to see people. Yeah, I mean, you were just like these little images in my head. So you play the cello? Yeah. And she's also an editor of the high school newspaper, and she's a writing lab coach. You're going to study English? And what are you studying? Okay.
good to be involved in. At any rate, back to Anna. You tutor English, and you're a coach in a writing lab, and you teach language as a second language, the English language. And you took place in the Allegheny County Word-Wise Odyssey of the Mind composition. So you did a production even and all that. That's pretty amazing. But you were the second in the whole world in that. First in Allegheny County. Okay. Her whole team. I'm holding her up too high. In her essay, she talks. That was crazy. That's why you're here. We have a whole committee of people, not just he and I, but there's people that knew Spud and other friends and this whole committee. So you work in photography, and she's writing her essay, and every essay it says blink, and then there's another scene, and blink, then another scene, blink, and another scene. I'm thinking, what's she doing? And some of the other committee members said, wow, she's a camera. She's taking pictures of scenes. So that's really what you were doing. That's really fun. But the problem was, and there was a problem with it, you talk about blue eyes. Was your heart blue? Or what was the blue eyes about? And the other thing, and the committee wants to know this, by the way, what was the ending meaning? Did anything nice come out of that? Okay, now I didn't mean seriously. I want to know what happened to the guy that went overseas, that's all. She's getting too serious. Yeah, so for that reason, because you did that blinky thing, you got money. Melanie Rail. So you're the one that was Louisa when she was a little girl. Yeah, she changed her name. That was in South. No. Sound of Music. At any rate, Melanie, we've seen you in every production that you've ever done, but we wouldn't know who you were. We just know that we love all the productions, and while COVID was messing everything up, we were watching anything that was done online, and everything was absolutely wonderful. So, you're also musically talented, a member of Triple Trio, and you're in the chorus. So, in your essay, and that was another thing that we evaluated, you were saying we all go through our lives blissfully unaware of what is really happening to other people and what happened, because if it doesn't affect you directly, and you can feel sorry, but does it really, affect how you think? And for her, she did. So it made me think of Saint-Exupéry, who wrote The Little Prince, and he said, you have to see clearly, not with your eyes, but with your heart. And you see with your heart. That's called empathy, and that's what we need to have. So, and you got that empathy, you use it specifically through music, through painted art, portrayal of films, and reading different books. And you find the message wherever the artists are trying to put them. So, and you are locally involved in our whole community, which is awesome. And the last, but certainly not the least, was Harry Mullen. We just saw you. Yeah, on stage here. You're like a wild man. To me, we went, and I guess you can only talk to a guy this way, and that's being sexist, but I see you as riding around on a big horse and trying to help people, because that's how you came across on stage here. So anyway, he's responsible. He's a percussionist. He's a leader in percussion film. He teaches percussion. He's a master of the morning announcements. So he does videography. And I guess that's your passion and your love, the videography. Well, he also does music arranging and composing and publishing, or you get it published. You have, oh, he self-publishes, geez. Well, that just took you down a notch. We were watching on stage The Addams Family, which you all guys did, and we're looking, and there's people running around on the dark stage changing props and scenery and everything, and it's one of him. You know, he's doing the same things. So we see that just wanting to help everybody. You do seem to, because you're so busy. And stuff. Your essay was impressive because you're concerned about expressing art, that we don't truly express what we want to say. We don't use true creativity by creating. We do it for the audience instead of for ourselves, and not allow our true feelings to come out. So for that reason, we award you also.
Our next award is the Passion for Foreign Language Award. Here to present is Brendan Meader, Mount Lebanon alumnus.
Good evening. As said, my name's Brendan. I was a class of 2003 graduate. I said the last time I was on the stage was for this exact event, but I seem to recall sitting here for a jazz band event afternoon, so probably not the last one. I'm extremely proud to come back and establish the Passion for Foreign Language Award to recognize two students who have shown commitment and passion for learning a foreign language, and to highlight the profound impact that the Mount Lebanon Foreign Language Program and faculty have had on my personal and professional life. In the course of navigating through the sea of academic excellence that is Mount Lebanon and what we're known for, it's not uncommon to optimize for one's strengths. I can confidently say that replacing AP German with a STEM AP course would have been way easier. But, as I'll describe, doing so would have been a huge mistake. Tonight's recipients have remained dedicated to studying a foreign language through the highest levels offered at the school, and have perhaps made similarly the choice to pursue a subject that might not be their strongest one. I consider the German program at Mount Lebanon to be one of the school's jewels. Outstanding instructors, deep connections with outside academic institutions like the Goethe Institute, lively German club, and an incredible exchange program with their sister school in Düren, Germany, provide unmatched opportunities for individuals who want to enrich or continue their study of German. At Carnegie Mellon, where I went for school, I ended up optimizing for my strengths and never took another German class, but found opportunities to continue to use and expand my knowledge of the language. For example, studying German shaped my internships at Microsoft in 2005 and 2006, when I worked on natural language processing and specifically on machine translation. This project would have been far less interesting to me if not for my really great experience with the German program. In 2008, when I returned to CMU to start my PhD, my girlfriend was heading to Pittsburgh's sister city in Germany of Saarbrücken, which is bridges of the Saar River, to study theoretical computer science. Things worked out despite doing long distance. I spent 4 months in Germany and was able to enrich my love for the language and culture. And things also worked out for us. Tomorrow's our 9-year anniversary. And I even got a chance to reconnect with my host family in Düren while I was there. And most profoundly, it was a key choice when I came back from my PhD in 2010, one of my advisors, Luis Bonan, asked if I wanted to work on like this thing, which you might know as Duolingo today, with Bright Green Owl. And if it weren't for the love for German that this school instilled, I would have probably said no. And that would have been a very unwise choice. So here I am today. There's a chain of many things. Many things have to go right. You have to go to the right school, or you don't have to, but this chain of consequences, going to the right school, choosing to go back to CMU, choosing my PhD advisors. But there's one link, specifically the link of why would I give up working on some of my own PhD research to go with a language learning app that could have been broken, but it wasn't because of what happened with my experience in the German program here. And so before announcing the awardees, I just want to say that I'm not specifically naming this for any particular instructor. I think the language program here is incredible across all the languages that are offered, but I do want to mention 3 instructors who are particularly transformational for me. So the first is Herr Ralph Kessler, who was teaching at Mullen. When I moved here in 8th grade, I brand new student, went to school for 4 days, got mononucleosis, missed 4 weeks. It was pretty rough coming back, trying to catch up on a foreign language, so Herr Kessler worked with me after school. He was just incredibly kind with the amount of effort he spent with me. I'm deeply appreciative for him. Frau Kathy Haynes, who I think retired, was amazing, a bit quirky, definitely made an introvert like me uncomfortable when we had to go sing Under the Sea in German. But she's a really incredible woman, and I'm so incredibly thankful for sort of how she helped me grow. And then finally, Peg Myers, who's still here, teaching German, just absolutely incredible teacher. Led the German exchange the year I went after graduating, and consider her a bit of a friend today. So without any more words, I want to announce 2 $500 awards, one to Rosemary Christ and another to Corson Keister for their Which language? Deutsch. All right, great. All right, congratulations.
Our next award this evening is the Mount Lebanon Education Support Professional Association Scholarship. Here to present, are Jay Kusinik and Annette Novak, Mount Lebanon employees.
Good evening. My name is Annette Novak. I'm the president of the Education Support Professionals Union here at Mount Lebanon School District, and this is Jay Kucinich. He is our treasurer. ESP encompasses everything from maintenance bus drivers, the lunch ladies, the food prep people, the secretaries, clerks, PCAs, health aides. So every one of those people have been involved in these students' lives since the day they enter kindergarten until the day they roll off of campus for the very last time. In order to give back to the Mount Lebanon community, each year the Education Support Professionals Union awards a $1,000 scholarship to a student who is pursuing post-secondary career or technical education. It is our pleasure to present this check to this year's recipient, Celia Solorzano.
I will be presenting the Laura Crowley Memorial Cheerleading Scholarship. The Laura Crowley Memorial Scholarship Fund was created to honor the life of Laura Crowley, class of 2008. Laura was a beautiful, intelligent young woman who loved cheerleading and travel. She was pursuing a career in the medical field when her life tragically ended. Laura was a leader in all aspects of her life, and she always had time to lend a hand to a friend or coworker in need. In her short time on earth, Laura left an unforgettable impression on many hearts through her enthusiasm, uplifting spirit, and gorgeous smile. This scholarship would be awarded to the candidate who emulates Laura's spirit, leadership, and ambition. This year's recipient is Madeline Hornbrook. Here to present the Mount Lebanon Junior Women's Club Scholarship is Miss Laura Tufel.
So good evening. My name is Laura Tufel, and I represent the Mount Lebanon Junior Women's Club as the Philanthropy Chair. We're a social, philanthropic, and civic organization based here in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. We focus on efforts supporting organizations that improve the lives of women and children in our region. Over the last 54 years, Mount Lebanon Junior Women's Club has donated more than $725,000 to local charities and organizations throughout various fundraising efforts. This year, we chose Project Sweet Pea and Brookline Teen Outreach as our beneficiaries. Additionally, each year we award a $500 scholarship to a deserving senior at Mount Lebanon High School who exemplifies the qualities that make one successful in the future. Congratulations to Haley Latona. As you're coming down, we want you to know how impressed we are with your accomplishments and how excited we are to see your achievements in the future.
The next award is the Judith B. and Joseph B. Price Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship was established in memory of Judith B. and Joseph B. Price, Jr. Mr. and Mrs. Price spent their careers as educators and administrators in the Mount Lebanon School District. Mr. Price was head of the guidance department before becoming assistant principal, and Mrs. Price was a teacher at Washington, Howe, Jefferson, Foster, all elementary schools. Mr. and Mrs. Price established a scholarship to honor dedicated students at our high school. We are pleased to present this award to this year's recipient, Haley Latona. Next, we have the Class of 1957 Scholarship. The Mount Lebanon High School Class of 57 has established a limited scholarship in the amount of $570 to be awarded to a Mount Lebanon High School senior. Beginning with the class of 2020, one award will be made to a senior student with additional awards to graduating seniors each year, ending with the class of 2023. The purpose of this award is to recognize a student who has demonstrated better than average academic performance, been accepted to a 2-year or 4-year college, university, or vocational school, and has been actively engaged in leadership and volunteerism throughout their high school years. This year's award goes to Lindsay Bruder. Our next award is the Mount Lebanon Retired School Employees Association Scholarship. And here to present the award is Mount Lebanon High School teacher, science teacher, and scholarship chairman, Thomas Stacy.
So nice to see so many young people. And one of my old students over here, Mr. Meter. I believe. I retired in the year before you graduated. Okay. I used to say to the kids, when I retired, you were about, that tall. Not anymore. But anyway, I'm the former AP biology teacher, and I'm representing the Mount Lebanon School District retirees. All my fellow retirees have held positions across the district and helped educate and support students from kindergarten to 12th grade. And that includes teachers, secretaries, bus drivers, the whole shebang. And continuing with that support, I'm very pleased to announce the 2022 $3,000 scholarship recipient, a student who has completed a rigorous and diverse academic curriculum with significant contributions to school and community. So would Emma Gomez Domingo please come forward?
Our next award is the Timothy C. Kenny Memorial Scholarship Award. Here to present is Margaret Kenny, wife of late Tim Kenny, who is a math teacher at Mount Lebanon High School.
Good evening. The Timothy C. Kenny Memorial Scholarship was established to honor the memory of my late husband, who taught mathematics at Mount Lebanon High School from 1971 to 2008. Tim cared deeply about his students and was always looking for ways to share his love of mathematics with them. This award is presented to Mount Lebanon High School seniors who have achieved academic excellence in the study of mathematics and who plan to complete a four-year program in mathematics or a closely related field. The recipients receive a $500 award and a copy appropriately of How Not to Be Wrong, The Power of Mathematical Thinking. Tonight, I'm pleased to recognize two students for this award. Julian Mikush, who plans to major in computer science and mathematics, and Alexander Jackson, who plans to major in aerospace and
Next, I will present the Ella B. Ion Math Award. Ella B. Ion was a Western Pennsylvania educator who believed that mathematics was the foundation of learning. This award is established in her memory. The award honors the graduating senior who has excelled in the field of mathematics. This year's award goes to Natalie McGee. Here to present the David Kenneth Held Memorial Scholarship is Robin Vitek, Director of the Mount Lebanon Public Library.
Hello. My name is Robin Vitek. I'm Director of Mount Lebanon Public Library and honored to present this year's David Kenneth Held Memorial Scholarship on behalf of the library and the Held family. David Held, a 1976 graduate of Mount Lebanon High School, was an avid reader whose interests ranged from Egyptology and archaeology to science fiction and fantasy. As a teenager, he took his younger sister Cynthia to the Mount Lebanon Public Library on a weekly basis during the summer and brought home wagon loads of books. Because he was an avid reader, he was able to converse with just about anyone on a variety of subjects. After completing his education at Carnegie Mellon University, David moved to New Jersey to begin his career as a computer software designer. David traveled the world, exploring the many places he had learned about in books. On July 20th, 2013, he lost a year-long battle with a rare form of bile duct cancer. His family and life partner, Valeria Montanari, would like him to be remembered as a man who lived his dash, boldly, underlined, and a bit italicized. The Held family supports this scholarship at the Mount Lebanon Public Library in David's memory. The $1,000 scholarship is open to any graduating senior at Mount Lebanon High School, regardless of GPA, who is enrolled in an accredited college, university, or institution of higher learning. Rather than an essay, the scholarship committee asks students to create a short video production using the theme More at Mount Lebanon Public Library. This video is shared by the library on social media and used as a promotional item on the website. I am pleased to announce this year's winner, Harry Mullen. If you would like to view Harry's winning video, please visit our website, Mount Lebanon Public Library, starting tomorrow, May 26th. There will be a link on the front page.
Our next award is the Jackie Begay Memorial Scholarship. Here to present is Celeste Yazbak, niece of Jackie Begay.
Good evening. I have the pleasure of presenting a scholarship in memory of my Aunt Jackie Begay. My Aunt Jackie was a teacher, active in her community, a patriot, and always put her family first. I know she would be pleased if the scholarship is to be presented to Anna Maris. Anna embodies the qualities that Jackie held dear to her heart. Anna values education and community service as evidenced by her contributions to multiple volunteer organizations, including mentoring school children in music and English as a second language. She welcomes new members to her congregation. She has accomplishments that are incredibly impressive. Her work in the community is truly inspiring. I don't know how she manages all of her commitments while also being quite active in the school setting. So Anna, it is with pleasure that I present to you this scholarship. There's a park, hold on, there's always a, you always have to pay the piper. There's a park bench in Mount Lebanon Park, right beside the children's playground, that was placed in my Aunt Jackie's memory. And if you have a free moment, sit down, watch the children, and sing a verse of God Bless America softly to yourself. That would please my aunt immeasurably. And so congratulations and good luck in all your future endeavors.
The next award is our Paul Robert Garlitz Jr. Memorial Scholarship. The Paul Robert Garlitz Jr. Memorial Scholarship was established by his classmates from the class of 1954. His friends and family assisted with this award to pay tribute to him as an amazing man and advocate for all things related to Mount Lebanon, both as a student and as an adult. As a student, he lettered in track and cross country, where he participated in the 1953 state championship cross country team. He was also involved in clubs and activities and community events. As an adult, he continued the involvement in school and community as a volunteer, a coach, and a sports official. He had a dedication and passion for high school sports in the greater Pittsburgh area, and all events that made a difference in the world, that enriched the lives of those with whom he interacted. It is in his memory that we present this award to Sid Saba, and we will present that to her tomorrow. Next is our Bridging Boundaries Award. The Bridging Boundaries Scholarship Award was established to honor a senior who has shown excellence in school engagement and success in their specific pursuits. They might attend Parkway, but remain active and engaged in student activities, or they may have arrived at Mount Lebanon after their freshman year and adjusted well, making friends within already established groups. They also may have overcome a personal circumstance that required perseverance and grit. The winners of this award are achievers who demonstrate positive traits, motivation to achieve goals, and who inspire a positive, uplifting spirit in others. They have good grades and assert themselves in classrooms and outside activities in the community. We applaud their efforts to going above and beyond in the school and community, and for building positive bridges between themselves and others. These qualities will help them to be successful and achieve their life goals. This year's winner is Mustafa Abdullah. Our next award is the Susan S. Feddard Memorial Scholarship, and it will be presented by Ray Feddard, husband of the late Susan Feddard.
I'm Ray Feddard, and I've been requested to make this presentation because Susan and I were married for 50 years until she passed away just last year at about this time. What I'm going to talk about may seem like ancient history to you here tonight, but Susan started teaching at Mount Lebanon High School as a new math teacher in the fall of 1970. After having been a student teacher here the previous year from Carnegie Mellon. In her beginning years, she taught general math, which was in many ways referred to around here as, okay kid, before you get out of here, you gotta learn to add and subtract without using your calculator. Many kids had calculators then, they were sort of newly invented, but nobody had smartphones then, they weren't invented yet. In her later years, she was an advanced placement teacher, principally in an AP Calculus and AP Computer Science, and she retired after teaching here for 35 years. Throughout her career, she was an officer and board member at various times of the Mount Lebanon Credit Union, and this continued even after her retirement from teaching. So a little bit about the award. Following her passing about a year ago, the Credit Union Board established the Susan Feddard Memorial Scholarship. This is to be awarded to a graduating senior from Mount Lebanon High School. The recipient had to be the child or grandchild of a current or former district employee. The recipient had to be the child or grandchild of a current credit union member and had to maintain a GPA of at least 2.5. We had, and by the way, the award annually
is to be for $1,200. This year, the applicants were asked to, number one, describe their extracurricular activities, their volunteer work and hobbies, and any awards received. And they were also to submit a short essay describing their post-high school plans and how this scholarship would help them to achieve these goals. We had 3 qualified applicants this year, but the judging committee unanimously selected Eli Anstandig as this year's winner. I presume this is for you. I was just handed that. You're welcome, Eli, and it's so good to meet you.
Our next award is the Georgia Pogue Personal Achievement Awards. Here to present is Mrs. Bonnie Doherty, PTSA president.
In 1993, the Mount Lebanon City Council of PTAs voted to annually recognize 7 seniors, 7 being symbolic of our 7 neighborhood elementary schools, with the Mount Lebanon High School Personal Achievement Award. Georgia Pogue was a beloved and talented guidance counselor who championed all students in Mount Lebanon. Upon her untimely death in 1997, her family bequeathed $25,000 to the PTA Scholarship Fund. In her memory, the PTA renamed the fund the Georgia Pogue Personal Achievement Award. Nominated by high school administrators, faculty, or staff, and school counselors, these students must meet the following criteria. They must have significantly improved their academic performance during their high school career. They are all around good citizens or solid students. And they're the kind of student that's always there, dependable at doing tasks or helping others, but not necessarily the students you see in the limelight. Over the years, the scholarship fund has grown. A portion of every PTA membership that we sell in all 10 schools in this district goes to the Georgia Pogue Personal Achievement Fund. In addition, we have donations from our student council, from various donors throughout the year that also add to the fund. Each recipient receives $500 towards post-secondary expenses. As PTA Council President, this is probably the best part of my job, presenting 7 very deserving young men and women with a scholarship in recognition of all they've achieved during their tenure here at Mount Lebanon High School. And I do think it's important to remember to the recipients that you did not apply for these scholarships. Rather, they were nominated by their teachers, counselors, and administrators. Please remember that. Your teachers thought highly enough of you. So highly, in fact, that they filled out a nomination form on your behalf. That's really special. So, I'm going to read all 7 of your names, and I'm going to tell a little bit about each of you. So, as I call each one of you up, I'll have your check. And you won't all know who you are because you've done this with me before. So, first we have Mustafa Abdallah. Mustafa has been described as a role model and leader in every sense. Not only does he have this impact on his teachers and other adults that work with him, but he also has this impact on his peers. Mustafa is an active member of the school community and demonstrates this by attending school functions, participating in numerous clubs, dedicating time to the yearbook committee, and as an athlete on the high school wrestling team. His resilience and grit has gotten him through some challenging situations. Mustafa has joined the National Guard and plans to attend college next year. He is truly a student who stands out to others due to his drive, respect, and work ethic. Please join me in congratulating Mustafa. Victoria Doan received 2 nominations from adults at Mount Lebanon High School. Victoria is described as a highly skilled and devout scholar. Teachers have described her as a passionate, engaged, reliable, and very skilled individual. Her success comes from honest hard work combined with natural and acquired skills. She has genuine academic focus and always wants to learn. She has managed to stay academically engaged throughout the pandemic, and her work ethic did not miss a beat. Victoria consistently steps up with organizing food drives, gift drives, pancake breakfasts, and other activities. She is dependable and consistent in her schoolwork, but she's always behind the scenes. Please join me in congratulating Victoria. Is a bright student who has worked hard at school and outside of school. He never complains about his circumstances and works hard to better himself. The individual that nominated Claude shared that they have been so impressed with the grit and perseverance that Claude has shown since he transferred to Mount Lebanon during his sophomore year. He's a pleasant young man who holds a job and remains positive throughout different situations that come his way. He plans to attend college when he graduates from high school. And Claude is an engaging, friendly individual with a bright future ahead of him. Please join me in congratulating him. The individual who nominated Jacob Landau described him as a compassionate, caring, empathetic, wise, respectful, intelligent, creative, and pleasant young man who has the ability to see all sides of an issue and never passes judgment on others. Jacob has displayed resilience during his high school career and has been very dedicated to improving academic performance. He is also described as someone who is always there for others, but never in the limelight. He is a pleasure to know and is deserving of this award. Please join me in congratulating Jacob. Nicoletta Nikki Lasota has thrived and improved academically throughout her high school career. She has been described as being a shining star. She has a strong interest in a career that involves working with children. Nikki has dedicated her time to helping others and has a caring spirit. Nikki is very involved with the Mount Lebanon High School, and she participates in a club called Odyssey of the Mind. Odyssey of the Mind is a club comprised of students who engage in problem-solving competitions. She was also selected to be a link leader this year. Nikki is a caring and kind individual with a bright future ahead of her. Please join me in congratulating Nikki. Jacob Munoz is a hardworking and dedicated student who aspires to be the first in his family to graduate from college. Jacob is very involved in the Mount Lebanon community and has been involved in the school's football program for the past several years, earning a varsity letter since 10th grade. He gives back to the program through his involvement with the summer football camp for elementary and middle school age students. Jacob does this while holding a job outside of school and maintaining great academic standing. Please join me in congratulating Jacob. And last but not least, Medina Sakatova is a sweet and hardworking student who is determined to succeed. The individual who nominated Medina admires her determination, resilience, and kind heart. She has displayed significant personal growth and maturity over her high school years and has great potential for success after graduation. She has overcome obstacles while being a positive influence on others and holding a job outside of school. This mature, young high school student takes everything in stride and never complains. Please join me in congratulating Medina.
Our next award is the Blue Devil Club Ann Matheson Quinn Scholarship Award. Here to help us introduce the eventual individual who will introduce the award is Mr. Brian Walters, the president of the Mount Lebanon Blue Devil Club. And again, we'll introduce the next speaker.
Thanks, Dr. Thompson. Congratulations to the class of 2022, a remarkable group of students. You've distinguished yourself clearly in so many ways, not only in the classroom, but far beyond it. Also, congratulations to the parents of the class of 2022 who are here. You must be very proud. You've done an incredible job with this group of students. Looking over this evening and looking at all the scholarships, you think of what helps distinguish Mount Lebanon as a very special community. Well, obviously, it's you, the students, who are an incredible unifying source of inspiration for all of us who live here. But it's also marked by so many families who have continually invested in this community and its students in this school district. And it's humbling to see the stories of them told up here tonight, and how they've honored their family by naming these scholarships after them. The Blue Devil Club Scholarship is now named after Ann Matheson Quinn. The Quinn family is one of those incredible families that in community. Andy Quinn has been funding this scholarship for over 17 years. And Andy is going to name the two athletes, a male and female student athlete from the class of 2022, who will receive a $2,000 scholarship. Andy, I can't thank you enough on behalf of all the student athletes in Mount Lebanon for your generosity over 17 years in funding this. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Doctor. My name is Andy Quinn. I'm going to read an excerpt from you that somebody in the Blue Devil Club wrote. Explained my wife my late wife, a lot better than I could ever explain her. It says, Ann Matheson Quinn was a lifelong resident of Mount Lebanon community who touched the lives of many people, leaving a standard which is both respected and admired by all of those who knew her. Ann made it her goal to serve and give back to others. The Blue Devil Club Board was a recipient of her insight, strong sense of direction, and tireless efforts as a committed volunteer. We are pleased and honored to present the Blue Devil Club Scholarship in Ann's name. Ann was a 1971 graduate of Mount Lebanon High School. She played varsity basketball here for about 3 years, and later on played in college. I actually met her in college. I'm not from Pittsburgh, but I followed her back here because I wanted to marry her. And so with that, came back to Pittsburgh with her. I was looking around for a house to buy for us to live in, and she said to me, "You can live anywhere you want in Pittsburgh. You want to live with me? You're living in Mount Lebanon." So I moved to Mount Lebanon, and I've been here ever since. We've raised our family, who all went to school here also. Ann did give back to the community. She coached girls junior high basketball for a long, long time. I sat on the bench with all female girls for a long, long time and packed basketballs. She started fish fries in this community. She did a lot of things. She liked giving back. That's what she lived for. And that is part of the Blue Devil Club scholarship criteria, is giving back. Tonight we're going to hear of two people. Start ladies first. This young lady, who is a 2022 Blue Devil Club Ann Matheson Quinn Scholarship winner, she volunteered, did 150 hours for St. Lucy's for the Blind auxiliary medallion winner. Ann was one of those, by the way, back in 1971, which requires 150 hours of service. She coached both Mount Lebanon lacrosse and soccer association as a junior coach. She worked with the Foster Love Project, assisted at the donation center. Academically, I don't vote on any of these things, but I get to look at them afterwards. I don't know how you kids have time to do both sports and academics and volunteer work. It's just beyond me. It's the amount of work you do. Academically, and this young lady is the Student Council Senior Class President. She's a Social Justice Club co-founder, National Honor Society, U.S. Lacrosse Academic All-American, High Honor Roll, and Tribune Review Top 100 Students. Athletically, she's a Trident Award winner, which is 3 varsity letters in 3 different sports. She actually has 4 varsity letters in 4 different sports. Lacrosse, soccer, track, and swimming. Her future is she's going to Xavier University to study philosophy, politics, and public honors program. She hopes to play lacrosse there also. She's going to go to law school after that, get a law degree, and would like to be involved in politics and international relations. This year's 2022 Blue Devil Club Ann Matheson Quinn Scholarship winner is Sydney Saba. Sydney is not here this evening. She's playing lacrosse. So somebody will give that. Sydney gets it. This year's 2022 male scholarship winner is, he's volunteered at Asbury Heights, Mount Lebanon Extended Daycare Summer Program. He's an Eagle Scout, worked 300 hours for his Eagle Scout project, and is very, very, very involved with Boy Scouts in many leadership roles. Academically, he's on High Honor Roll, National Honor Society, and made the Dean's List at Beaver County Community College in the fall of 2021. Athletically, he is was the competitive small bore rifle captain of the rifle team, varsity rifle for a number of years, and did inline skating for a long, long time. His future is a number of different schools. I won't go through all of them, but Georgia Tech is on there, Purdue was on there, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, gives you a little what he's looking at doing. He wants to study aerospace engineering and get a commercial pilot's license to ultimately design aircraft. This year's 2022 Blue Devil Club and Matheson Quinn Scholarship winner is Alexander Jackson.
Next, I will present the Richard O. Dunham Memorial Scholarship. Richard O. Dunham was a graduate of Mount Lebanon High School class of 1975, died accidentally in Colorado in August 1977. Richard had a variety of interests, most notably archaeology and music. The Dunham family, at the time of their son's death, established a memorial scholarship fund. The scholarship is awarded to a senior who shares Richard's interest in archaeology or music and was selected by a scholarship committee of faculty and administrators. It is my pleasure to announce this year's recipient of the scholarship is Anna Mayers. The next award is the John Alexander Award. The John Alexander Award was established to honor the memory of John Alexander. John worked in our district for many years, always with a smile, always full of purpose. This award wishes to recognize a student who possesses these same attributes. John was an inspiration to all who knew him. I am proud to announce this year's recipient of the John Alexander Scholarship Award is Kyle Newen. Our final awards of the evening is our principal, Dr. Joel Thompson.
The final award of this evening is the Principal's Award. The Principal's Award has been presented annually to an outstanding senior female student and senior male student for over 30 years. Awardees are nominated and voted on by the Mount Lebanon High School faculty and administration. This award is among the highest honors given by Mount Lebanon High School. Criteria for nomination and selection are as follows. Graduating senior, record of high academic achievement, and has demonstrated service to school community, person of high positive character, has demonstrated leadership and service to the high school, and consideration of other outstanding qualities exhibited by the senior. Each awardee will be presented a plaque and a $500 scholarship award. In addition, their senior portraits will be permanently displayed in the high school building to serve as visual representations of the tradition of excellence that are displayed by these students. Our awardees are Kenzie Hughes and Harry Mullen. This concludes our program this evening. Please join me once again in congratulating all of the awardees. Also, thank you to our guest presenters for being here this evening and for their continued financial generosity through the many scholarships provided tonight. We look forward to seeing everyone at the 108th Mount Lebanon High School commencement ceremony on Wednesday, June 1st at 7 p.m. at the high school stadium. Have a wonderful evening. If our student awardees want to come down for pictures with the presenters, they can certainly do that as well.